This is Bill Brady doing another video for the Kingship course. This particular video is on the 10th promise to overcomers. And let me just show you the promise. He who overcomes, I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. This is Jesus speaking. He who overcomes, I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. And take a look at the meaning of the word confess, first mention and so on. We'll do that to begin with. So let me pull that up for you. In the New King James Version, I've searched for the word confess and looking for a verse that has the word confess and name in it. And the first verse is 1 Kings 8:33. So this is first mention of this word being translated as confess. It has to do, with Solomon's dedication of the temple. When your people Israel are defeated before an enemy because they have sinned against you, and when they turn back to you and confess your name and pray and make supplication to you in this temple. So this is talking about the people of Israel confessing the name of Yahweh. And it's the first mention of this word being used, translated confess. Now there are other meanings of the word. So let's just take a look at those. Give me a moment to get this in front of me here. Okay. Now, the word that's translated, the Hebrew word that's translated confess, is this word here in 1 Kings 8:33. I did that already. But the same word has its first usage in Genesis. Now, here's the word itself, yada, in Hebrew. It means to throw, shoot, cast, to shoot arrows, to cast down, throw down, to give thanks, laud, praise, to confess, and confess the name of God. And then to confess, like confessing sin, and to give thanks. So it can be praising, thanking, confessing sin, confessing the name of God. But it also has this meaning to shoot arrows or to cast down or throw down. Okay, so the name of God. Here's the pronunciation.
Yada.
There you go. And the first usage of the word is found in Genesis in chapter 29, verse 35. And it's this word here, praise. So when Judah's mother said, and she conceived again and bore a son and said, this time I will praise the Lord. And therefore she named him Judah. Then she stopped bearing. The Hebrew word praise, translated as praise and translated, I believe, as Judah also, is the Hebrew word yada. And it's the first usage of the word. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's take a look at what the passage means then. I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. This is Jesus speaking as he's dictating this letter to John, the apostle. And it's talking about confessing your name as an overcomer before Jesus' Father, who is your Father also, and before the Father's angels. Now, this is something that is not done for those who are not overcomers. So I'm sure that God, the Father, knows everybody's name, even when they're unbelievers, right? I mean, he knows everything. He's omniscient, knows everything. But this is something where Jesus confesses his name out loud before the Father, before the angels. So something begins at this point where you're known to the Father, not just in the way that he knows everybody, but you're known to him because Jesus has confessed your name before him. And you're known to the angels, not just in the way that any like every believer has, every unbeliever has a guardian angel. So every person born on the earth has an angel. And that angel, of course, knows his name, the name of his or her name. I mean, and then the name is known to others as well. But known in the way that Jesus has confessed that name before the angels puts you on a special um, relationship with the angels. It begins something. Now, I don't have full revelation on exactly what it begins, but I know that it begins something. Uh, your relationship with the Father will be different after Jesus has confessed your name to the Father. And your relationship with the angels will be different after Jesus has confessed your name to the angels. You're one of the overcomers. You're known to the Father by name as one of the overcomers, and you're known to the angels by name as one of the overcomers. And you have a special relationship with them. That means that they do things for you that they don't do for others, is the way I'm seeing it. It's the same angel you've had from birth, maybe even from conception, but this angel is able to do more things for you now that the angel couldn't do for you before. And it's not just your angel that Jesus has confessed your name to, it's before the angels of the Father. Okay, so you can see that I have revelation up to a certain point on this, and I'm pointing in the right direction. And then it's for you and I to do further discovery on this to get further revelation on it. And I'm sure that you will, and I'm sure that I will. Okay, so he overcomes, I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels.